Hello students, welcome back to the video blog. In this video tutorial we'll be discussing about the fourth program of USB CD lab. And in this fourth program, let me open this for you. So I'm going to read this particular question. Write a C++ program which demonstrates inter-process communication between a reader process and a writer process. Use MKFIFO, open, read, write and close APIs in your program. Now you can clearly see we have MKFIFO, which is make first in first out file, open system call, which is a system call to open a file, read to read a file, write to write a file and close to close a file. It's a fairly simple program. We have already discussed this in the classroom, but as a part of our USB CD lab we'll be discussing this once again. So when we have to do an inter-process communication between a reader process and a writer process, it becomes necessary to create two processes. One is the reader process and one is the writer process. The logic is the writer process, it opens a FIFO file, it writes data into the FIFO file. The reader process opens the FIFO file, reads the data from that FIFO file. So the FIFO file is a common denominator. It is something which is accessible for both the reader and the writer. Okay, and how do we do this? These are some of the header files that are required. I'll straight away go to the program code. So this is the writer process code written for the writer process. So this is how we create a FIFO file, MKFIFO, and it takes a first parameter which is a string, and that string is nothing but /temp/myFIFO. And why do we require to put it under /temp? Because a FIFO file is a temporary file, and this temporary file is deleted once the process is terminated. So that is the reason it is stored under a folder called as /temp under root, and myFIFO is the name given to the FIFO file. This is anything, you can give any name, you can give your own name to the FIFO file, it doesn't matter, but this is a name which is given for demonstration. So MKFIFO is a variable, a character array variable, where the path of the FIFO file is stored, and I'm passing that to MKFIFO, and we are giving read write permissions for this. We are not giving any executable permissions, which is not required. We require executable permissions for object files but not for FIFO files. So 666 means read and write. Read for 4, write for 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6, and we are giving these permissions, and we are going to print once the FIFO file run the reader process to read from the FIFO file. We have now created a FIFO file, and this is the writer process, and the writer process writes some data into the FIFO file. The reader process has to read the data from the FIFO file. And how do we write the data into the FIFO file? We open that file using an open system call. We write hi into that FIFO file. We close that file and we unlink that file and return. So this is as simple as any opening a file or any file operation. It is as simple as any file operation. And now we will go to the writer process, the reader process. There is one more program called as reader.c, and again this is the same kind of a process, but the only difference you can find here is we are not creating a FIFO file. The reason we are not creating a FIFO file is it is already being created by the writer process. All we need to do is access it, and this is the same FIFO file which we had created there, and we are simply opening the file, reading the data, printing the content and closing the data. That's it. So let me show you the execution part of this particular program. This is how we compile: gcc p4 writer.c -o. The output file is going to be writer, enter, compile. So we just need to replace this writer to reader, and we have two object files. I'm going to say ls to demonstrate. We have reader, we have writer. Now which is the first program that we need to execute? We need to execute the writer program, because that is the program which is actually creating the FIFO file. So the writer program run the reader process to read the FIFO file. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one more tab in which I'm going to execute the reader process, and the reader process, it is reading the content that has been written by the writer and exiting. So this is the program. And inter-process communication, there are a lot of mechanisms. One of the mechanisms is pipes. We have shared memory, we have sockets, we have message queues, and so on and so forth. So I encourage you guys to go through each one of these techniques, and possibly try to write C programs to demonstrate all these things and share among yourselves. Thank you.